Hi, this is Jamie Seacrest, and I'm going to be doing a Module 7 for 856. I've used the Lucid chart before, so I found it pretty easy to use and to explain my information that I wanted to get across. Today we are looking at the internal communications and external communications for USD 365. I'm going to start with the internal communications. First, we have our Board of Education. They have monthly meetings. They send out their board minutes ahead of schedule so we know what is going to be on the agenda. And then they also communicate by sending out the minutes after the meeting has been held to let us know of any changes or updates that has been made at the board office. And they also send out emails. Next is our superintendent. He sends out emails letting us know of any important events or things that are happening in the school that we need to be aware of. He does make some face-to-face communication. He stops in and sees the different schools in the district throughout the week and lets us know if we need to know anything that's happening there. And if he needs to get a hold of us for a specific person, he does make phone calls to communicate. Next, we have our building principals. We have several buildings in our district, but they all kind of have the same type of internal communication. We have monthly staff meetings to discuss any events or things that is happening in the school that we need to be aware of. Sending out emails so we are aware of things that are happening. They do some face-to-face coming into our classrooms during observations and talking to the students. And we also have monthly newsletters that are sent out from the building principals about what is happening in the schools. The next internal communication is, I just kind of grouped them together, the classified and non-classified staff of the school, because our communications are about the same. Most of the communication is through email, if any important things. And then we also have face-to-face communication that we go through. And we do have department-wise staff meetings where we just kind of get with our group and talk about things. So our building leadership team and our district leadership team get together and talk about events that's happening in the school and what we need to be aware of. Teachers do send out monthly newsletters letting parents and students and any community members knowing what is happening in their classrooms during the month. For students, the internal communication, we use Google Classroom to do updates. We can communicate with the students through Google Classroom of any events that we know that they need to be aware of and assignments and stuff. We do use emails for students that are in 8th grade and above. We do not use emails for students lower than 8th grade. The ones that are lower than 8th grade for communication, we go through Class Dojo or Seesaw or some other app like that. For our external communication, we have parents. We communicate through that with emails, sending it directly toward their kids or mass emails of events that are happening in the school or in the school district. We send out newsletters that go out to parents. We do send out weekly updates for Google Classroom of the assignments that were assigned to the students and what missing assignments may still need to be turned in and what upcoming assignments there is. We do have face-to-face communication with parents, like parent-teacher conferences or any other time that we need to talk to the parents directly. Business owners and stakeholders, we do communication through our local newspaper. We publish upcoming events and advertise them in our local newspaper. We do communicate face-to-face. If we are partnering up with some of the businesses in our town to work with our schools, we will meet face-to-face. And we do a lot of communication through social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. These kind of get out fast and are able to hit many businesses in the town fast. Our communications with our athletic groups and clubs, we send out appropriate emails to the kids that are involved in the groups and clubs so that they know what is happening and what their schedules are like. We do communication through social media this way also. We post all their games and schedules so the community knows what how the games and clubs are going and when the events are and what is happening next. We do have some face-to-face communication with the students so they know that when the next meetings are or the next athletic event is happening. And then finally, we have our local youth groups. We do communicate through email through there. Even though it's not a school-related event, email is still used as a form of communication. Social media, again, is great for the use of hitting a lot of kids at the same time and community members so they know what is happening with the youth groups, and we also use face-to-face. When looking at this and trying to figure out some maybe better ways of communicating, I think we do a pretty good job with our internal communication. I thought maybe some of the external communication we need a little bit more work on. I know we partner up in a very small district, so we do a lot of partnering up with business owners in the community, and I think maybe just a little bit more communication with those, allowing them to know what was happening in the schools. All right, thank you.